Hey everyone, Angelo here, Hollywood filmmaker, greatest screenwriter in the history of the world, recovering homeless guy. There's my bug traps there. They're actually rat traps, but they're just going to catch bugs up there. In Los Angeles, in my room, in my shorts, and I'm kind of depressed. Not like bad. I take that back. I'm not depressed. Like I'm just feeling some depression. I don't even like saying that. It's just like momentary, just feeling a little down. And that's good in a way because it's like pressuring me to like emerge from this and overcome something. And I was marveling at it. I was like, man, like I have everything I wanted in a way. Like I have a really nice apartment. I don't care what anyone else thinks. Like it's a great apartment here. I never really show it. Like I've never done a proper walkthrough of the apartment. But here, the place is damn clean. A little bit dark, but my roommates keep it real clean. Got the TV and Blu-ray player there, Blu-ray DVD collection. Kitchen's run. But yeah, it's pretty much always like this, always clean. Nope, not good. Roommate did that, but I have a good place to live. I have lots of friends. Skateboard I don't get really around to ever, but I got my rollerblades in the closet. Getting out of my DPDR, like still recovering, but getting there a lot. As I'm like recovering, I notice new emotions are hitting me, old emotions are hitting me, feelings of loss in a way of thinking, what the hell happened to my life? I was sick with DPDR for so long, where I was non-functional or barely functional, and other times where it was just extremely scary, even though I could function. And time homeless, time much of my life earlier, lonely, depressed. God, the depression, it was almost comical how depressed I was in my like later teenage years and 20s, especially early 20s. And now I'm just determined to like bring all those emotions to the surface, feel them entirely. Don't escape from them because that makes them trapped in my body. That's what I realized. That when I was younger, I would escape with movies, which I love movies. I watch them, but I was like using them in the wrong way. Video games a lot. Not against video games, just for me, I cannot engage with them. They automatically make me dissociate. Even just watching too many YouTube videos or whatever the hell. I used to watch E-Bombs World, stuff like that. Not realizing, I wasn't living a very good life. Like I should have been having a consistent routine, have a good workout, a good diet. So all that stuff's pretty much under control. I'm even forcing myself to wake up later now. So for a while, like 2 years or something, I was getting up at 3:45 in the morning every day, virtually no matter how little sleep I got. And it was ridiculous because it's like by 7 o'clock at night, I was ready to go to sleep. So over the years, I pushed it up to like 4:30 or something, then 5 o'clock, and now 6 o'clock because I want to be up till 9. And I'm thinking, should I even get up at like 6:30 or 7 and be able to go to bed at 10? Because I want to be doing more stuff out, meeting more people. I was like, Angelo, don't be content with the friends you have. Think what's possible. You could meet all kinds of people. Also, I need to meet people to help get my movies made. I've written one script that I'm reasonably happy with. Another one I'm reasonably happy with, but I cannot show anyone yet because it's not ready for anyone to see. But I love it. I love the characters. One, it's inspired by my mom. That's the one I pretty much. I don't know if I'm done in a way like writing it. But I say that in a way because it's hot. No matter how, if I ever look at it, I find stuff I have to rewrite. And I was doing it for like over a year and a half, and it's like, Angelo, you just have to let go. I'm very happy with it. I finally got some really good feedback on it. Some feedback wasn't good. So it's like I have to be okay with like, is this person just the movie is not for them? But I'm like, wow, this, like one person's absolutely getting it, understanding what I'm doing, and it's always going to be rewritten up through shooting. I know that, and editing. But the one inspired by my mom, that's I consider that like more like writing about friends and channeling friends. This other one I'm writing inspired by my own time being homeless This one's all coming from me, and I just love it. And the more I write it and get it sharper and more powerful, the more I love the characters, and I'm like in love with the characters in this world. It's still not ready, so it's like I got to keep working at it and sort of uncovering what am I, having illusions about. Like, I think this is good. I wrote that, but I know something, it's not working. And the problem is I have all this experience and emotion in me when I read it to where I like it, but I'm like, I know this isn't getting across what I want. And at a certain point, I just need to get people's feedback on it. So I either give them the printed script and a pen and just let them write notes on it, which is very instructive. Or usually what I'll do is I'll send like a list of like 30 questions to ask that breaks down everything about the story, starting with basic stuff like who are the main characters, can you describe them, what were the main events of the story, what interested you, what did you want to see more of, what did you feel bored by, what did you not believe, stuff like that, going through everything they're experiencing, like and then getting into specifics like, did this section not work? Were you following what was going on here, etc. And when people can answer like affirmatively and clearly to all that stuff and give the answers you wanted, that's when you're like, yes, this is working. But you still have to be honest with yourself, about it, and realize it's not going to be for everyone. So, but this one, the one about, my time being homeless, or it's inspired by it. It's not what I went through. It's better than what I went through, which is what I think a movie should be. So writers who instinctively, like, you got to think, like, they instinctively say like, oh, well, but I can't change that because that's not what happened. I have to write what happened. It's like, you got to interrogate yourself and say, how did I determine that? Like, what rule was I trying to meet or satisfy by saying, if it happened, it stays in the movie? Because when you watch movies, are you ever watching wondering, did that really happen? And do you think anyone else cares about that? And also, does it make it a better movie? But also, is that a way of fooling yourself? And why do so many amateur writers or novice writers, I'm an amateur writer, say that and realize like, oh, that's a bad instinct. That's a bad impulse. I should do away with that. And I had that impulse in me before. And once this one writing coach sort of ripped the veil off that, I thought, I'm never doing that again. Like, I'm never worrying about, did that happen or not? And it was a lot of many years of struggling to figure out, how do I write? How do I come up with stories? And it's always evolving, that process. But yeah, I just wanted to say I was had some feelings of depression. I don't even like saying experiencing some, feeling lost, feeling like a loser or loner in a way, even though I'm like, I have a life that's so envious, and thank goodness I have my health. And I did have an indulgence today. I got a cinnamon bun with like vanilla cream and cream cheese on it, and this like oatmeal sweet cookie, because I'm going to start a dietary cut for 6 weeks until I get my cholesterol checked again. So I was like, okay, today will be my high day. I had some corn on the cob too with lemon pepper, and I've been bulking up, so which means also gaining some fat. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to do my dietary cut now, and I have to be careful about it because it's easy to cut too hard. For one thing, my metabolism's going a lot faster now. Now, it'll slow down somewhat when I eat less, so I won't have the hunger so much. But I have to be careful and learn how to manipulate my diet to eat enough to make sure I'm like clear-headed and all, but make sure I'm cutting. Because if I cut way too hard, which I've done before, it's just agonizing. And, it's going to be difficult regardless. Yeah, I'm not going to sleep well because my body's in a deficit all the time. And at a certain point, it's not even hunger that I'm feeling. So it's just like my body screaming for nutrition. So it's like, even at that point, if I just stuff myself with a meal, like a high quality meal, lots of protein and carbs and good carbs, and fats, it's like, it's not going to help at that point because it's not even hunger that I'm feeling. It's my body screaming out for nutrition. So I have to know where that good level is to hit. I can't be cutting down to like what I was trying to do before was way cut short of what, maybe to start dieting. Yeah, when I was first starting to cut years ago, but it's like now I have more muscle mass. And so I have to sustain that. Or largely sustain it. I might lose a tiny bit, but to be able to cut without being into such an extreme deficit that it's sustainable for 6 weeks. And then 6 weeks, I'm like, I don't have a ton of fat to lose, and I know I can lose fat quickly. So do that, but make sure, check every day, am I eating enough? Yeah. And also not traumatizing my body. So not trying to over traumatize it. So that means I got to be careful if I'm going to bike a lot a certain day, eat more the day before to adjust with that. So I can't just like eat like a minimum like 1,800 calories a day or something, or less than that, and rollerblade for several hours or bike for several hours and do a lot of stuff throughout the week and continue my workouts. It's like I have to know, okay, maybe I should be hitting 2,000 calories a day or whatever it is the case. And I'm trying to hit it's not even calories I worry about. That's a function of how many grams of protein, carbs, and fats that I eat. So anyways, just hitting that, and just trying to figure out, okay, should I be getting up later, going to bed later, and how to be more adventurous and active and not, sort of walled off where I'm comfortable in my situation. But that makes me depressed and feel like cut off. So it's like, Angelo, push farther, because there's all kinds of possibilities. So I've got to get working on my screenplay, but I wanted to say that. So, things could always be, I don't even want to say worse, because they're not bad. I think the world could be much better. That's what I really think. A lot of things could be better. So I'm plugging in my laptop stuff. But things could be so much better, and what is happening in Palestine right now is just, it's up there with the invasion of Iraq as the crime of the century. And I saw Ted Cruz just being arrogant to a Code Pink person who was saying, what do you think, 14,000 kids being starved in Palestine imminently. He's like, I don't know what's your problem, because you all want terrorists and, like to kill everybody in Israel, which, take that as a confession from him. He equates talking about Palestinian children with talking about terrorists. And he's saying, if you address why is America complicit in starving them, he's going to change the topic to terrorists. So that tells you he's okay with just killing them all, because he thinks they're all terrorists. They're all Palestinian. I don't like even saying that stuff, like repeating what they really think. And of course, it's hugely influenced, one, by Zionist propaganda, Christian Zionism in particular in America, and the Israeli lobby. Like, there's money in it. It's not just something like people arrived at, like as a conclusion, like, I've seen the information and this is where we should land. No, it's something that the media has been laundering for a long time. I remember when I was growing up, seeing CNN, how they would portray the Israelis versus the Palestinians as a bunch of like backward savages living in shacks, not talking about the settlements, not talking about the colonization, the bulldozing of anyway, all that stuff, the ethnic cleansing. So things could be way worse, and we gotta. I don't know how do we get the world to actually act, because it's like everybody can see it. So anyways, what I'm saying is I gotta not spin out and be selfish right now. So yeah, experiencing some feelings of sadness, but at least wanted to share that and be connected. Trying to make more videos. My mom's doing well. That's another. The DPDR kind of makes everything fuzzy. You feel disconnected from her in a way, but we talk pretty much every day. And she's doing really well. Wants to come visit this summer, so we'll see. We'll try and make it happen. I hate Windows asking me all these bogus questions at startup. And got to keep releasing emotions safely and not overexert myself so as to not traumatize my body and make my DPDR flare up. Worse, it's depersonalization derealization disorder. Look it up. And that's the other thing about the diet. It's like I can't be like scraping for fuel in my body if it's going to make my body feel traumatized and the dissociative feelings act up in order to protect myself. So like I can cut, but do it at a reasonable level. It might be more than 6 weeks, but I want to limit it to 3 months at most, because by then it's like your body's spent. Now you need to, be in a bulk, or at least be at maintenance level of calories. But got gonna do that, and let's see where this goes. This weekend got a lot of stuff going on, and gonna get to my writing now. Man, it's hot. Okay, thanks for watching, everyone. Let me know what you think. Bye.